is a video about Agatha Christie's Five Little Pigs. It's a Hercule Poirot novel. This is the first of its kind that I tried to read. I'm recording this before deciding on what I'm gonna draw for this or paint for this. I'm not sure yet. I might choose a random page and try to illustrate it, or I might try to reproduce the painting. We'll see. You'll see. As I'm speaking, you probably already know. So, I want to talk about this book. I read this week, so it's quite fresh in my mind. I will try to avoid spoilers in this video and just give you my impression of the book. Short book, quick read. You can read it in a day, in an afternoon if you want. In the first part of the book, there's a lot of dialogue. It's mostly conversations between Poirot and the various people who were present at the crime scene. It's about a case that was closed and shut 16 years ago, but the daughter of the supposed killer comes and asks Poirot to investigate and to prove that her mother was actually innocent. And so Poirot tries to do that. There are 5 possible suspects, hence the name Five Little Pigs. Apparently, it's supposed to be inspired by a nursery rhyme with pigs. I don't know it because I'm not English. Maybe if I were, I would know it. I'll have to look that up. But anyway, this book reminded me of Knives Out, the movie with Benoit Blanc. I mean, obviously, the book came out before that movie, like 100 years before or so. I don't even know for sure. So clearly, the movie was inspired by the book, if anything. If anyone was inspired by anyone, it's the other way around, but I saw the movie first. So I saw a lot of similarities. So interviews with the suspects, which are interesting to see, and then you see the events unfold from everyone's point of view. Yes, you do notice some discrepancies between the stories. There are a few things that I guess you're supposed to pick up on. I've heard that Agatha Christie novels, usually the person you least expect is the one who did it. I try to keep that in mind. I didn't necessarily try to guess who did it, but naturally, certain people came to mind while reading it. And somehow, even though I knew that usually it's the person you least suspect, somehow I did not suspect the one who actually did it. They were not in my top 3 of the 5, so that tells you something. Either I'm not very good at picking up on clues because, I haven't read many detective stories, but it was an enjoyable read, it was quick. I, however, did not like that there were a lot of gender assumptions, I would call them, or I don't know, gender essentialism maybe. There are a lot of passages in which people say that women are a certain way, men are a certain way. They rubbed me the wrong way, to be honest. I did not enjoy those parts. I mean, it makes sense for the time when it was written. Let me check when it was written. It was first published in May 1942. Okay, it's less than 100 years ago. So this is not a very deep story. I guess that's not what you would normally expect from detective stories. You would expect them to be quite shallow. It's a fun romp, a fun little read. All in all, I would describe this as a satisfying detective story with some gender nonsense mixed in. And that can be ignored, I guess. And it's a bit unusual in the fact that the murder happened 16 years prior. And if you like Knives Out, you might like this. At first, to be honest, it's a bit hard to keep track of everyone, although there aren't that many characters. I liked it. Would I read it again? No. Did I learn anything from it? No. Did it have anything spectacular happen in it? Did it change my view on anything in real life? No. So, a 3.5. That's my rating for it.